Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Armored Warfare replay. I am your host, Bjorn, and today I have for you myself in the T-72B at Tier 6. We have Centurion 6 in his Fox. We have Snitty in his RDF LT. And then we have Harry here with his T-72B and Rexall with his T-72B. It is a full battalion run, and we are in Operation Albatros on PvE Hardcore. Give you some history here about the T-72. The T-72 would actually enter in service in 1972, hence his T-72. It would actually be a replacement for the T-64. It was the T-72 was actually considered a cheaper and less complex vehicle. Over time, there'd be upgrade packages over time, there would be upgrade packages, including explosive reactive armor, different kinds of smoke launchers, different kind of optics, so on and so on. And by 1984, you would see the tank that you see here, which is the T-72B. The original T-72 would weigh 41.5 tons, while the upgraded variant here, the T-72B, weighs in at 44.5 tons. So you see about it's a 3-ton heavier vehicle, and the reason is more powerful engine. The engine weighed a little bit more, things of that nature. It's got a 3-man crew, which is a commander. You got the commander on the right, the gunner on the left in the turret, and then you have the driver front and center. What you have here is you have a low vehicle, a vehicle of considerable low silhouette, which that has its bonuses and its disadvantages with the typical mushroom turret that you find on Russian vehicles. It is armed with a 125 millimeter smooth bore 2A46M gun. It fires sailboat, heat, high explosive, and ATGMs. The autoloader fires a 2-part ammunition. It is mounted at the rear of the turret. What it does is it loads in the round, and then it loads in the propellant behind the round, and the breech automatically closes. Once the gun fires, there's a port. I'll try to zoom in here. That little port there pops open, and the last part of the propellant charge is automatically tossed out the back by the autoloader. The tank itself is made of a mixture of steel and composite armor with explosive reactive armor. What you have is the front turret arc and the front of the hull is composite armor, with the side of the turrets, the side of the hull, and the rear being made of just steel. It is a V12 diesel engine, V84-1, and it produces 840 horsepower. It has a manual hydromatically assisted transmission with 7 gears forward and 1 reverse. Always forward, comrade. It could reach speeds up to 100. It could reach speeds up to 50 miles per hour. That was actually pretty good at the time for a main battle tank. Other upgrades would consider from the original T-72 would be a thicker turret front and roof. They would improve the fire control, optics, applique armor at the front. Obviously, the T-72A also has explosive reactive, but this is a better version of explosive reactive armor, and improve the stabilization. Russia here would have currently about 5,000 T-72s in active service, with another 4,000 in active reserve. Basically, all they have to do is on mothball them, load them up, fill them full of grease and things like that, and they are ready to go out into the field of battle. Other operators include Poland, the Czech Republic, India, Iraq, Romania, Yugoslavia, South Africa, among many others. This is a widely exported vehicle. It's actually one of the most produced main battle tanks in the world. T-72 is pretty much seeing damn near every war you could think of imaginable. It would go up against M1 Abrams and Desert Storm. T-72s are currently being used in Syria. This tank just keeps on going. I mean, it has a very, very long legacy behind it. It would be used in Kosovo and Bosnia and pretty much just about everywhere. And it's essentially one of the most widespread used main battle tanks in the world. Being exported to various countries. And there's a lot of countries out there that there's a lot of countries out there that has licenses to build the T-72, such as Poland, who built the PT-91. It's their version. I think Czechoslovakia, it goes under M84. No, I believe that's Yugoslavia. I think it's PSP T-72 for Czechoslovakia. I could be mistaken. In armored warfare here, it's a typical Russian vehicle. Not very good gun depression, decent mobility, competent armor as long as you're using it properly. The gun's very good, but the gun depression is very poor. View range is not the greatest. It's a tier 6 non-premium. It's not a bad tank. I prefer the Magash 7C and the M1 Abrams myself at tier 6, but it's still not a bad machine to play. And I would definitely recommend going up this line. It's a very painless line so far. I'm up to the tier 7, which is the T90. And so far out of the line, this has been one of my favorites, actually. Now, as you see, I don't do any shooting on the move. I try to do a quick stop and then fire the gun. And that's because the stabilization firing on the move it works, but it's not the best. I wouldn't recommend it outside of close range. As you can see, I've actually lost some of my explosive reactive armor bricks. About to get the W here. We got a BMD2. And there's the kill.
Good job, Black Company.
And that is the end of the match. So there's a W for me and my battalion. And what we got here, we'll go to results. I got almost 15,000 damage with 3 enemy vehicles spotted and 8 enemies destroyed. Actually made out pretty decent credits for it being a non-premium vehicle. Unfortunately, I would not get a blue star, but I would be top damage overall. One of my teammates just so happened, Rexall here, so happened to outbeat my spotting damage by almost 1,000 points. And he was able to actually rack in a little bit more XP than I was able to. But all in all, not a bad match, not a bad tank. As you can see, it's pretty heavily favored. It's just a good, solid, all-round machine. And it pretty well plays just like the rest of the line so far has played. So there you go. The T-72B. And I hope you enjoyed this replay. And I will see you next time.